What is going on, guys? Predator458 here, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to World of Warships, where we're going to be taking a look at a Tirpitz replay sent in by a first-time replay submitter, Lysai Paul. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But it's pretty amazing. Well, at least from the result screenshots, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good game. I haven't watched this one yet. We're going to record commentary as I watch it for the first time. Tirpitz was a gift from his wife, and he is going to put it to pretty good use in this battle. But yeah, so as we wait for things to start, yeah, I'd hope to, again, as I said, to go back more to using my own content, but that was rather, it's been a little bit undone by the weather here at the moment. It's just, I complained about this a while ago, how hot it was, and we're having another heat wave. And in fact, it's so hot that they're issuing a warning for tomorrow, the day you see this, because it's going to be so hot. And it's now, what time is it? It's 9:15 at night, and it's still 31 degrees Celsius, which is 90 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, I believe. No breeze, no nothing, and I cannot play games in this when it's this hot. But anyways, I do have a World of Tanks video. Like I said I was going to do. I'm not sure when it's going to go live. It's either going to go live on Friday, so tomorrow, the day after you watch this, if you're watching it the day that went live for the first time. Enemy target, Tirpitz, out of range at the moment. However, I also do have something else that I want to try and get out on Friday instead. Not going to give anything away about it yet, and I don't know how big of a deal it's going to be to you guys. I certainly hope it is, because well, let's just say it's one of the most hyped games that is coming out at some point. And yeah, I've been busy downloading the current version, and I got about 6 gigs left to go, so that should finish tonight while I upload this, and hopefully tomorrow during the day I can get a little video out on that, just, you know, like first look, which will literally be a first look, because I haven't looked at this game for a long time, never done it on my channel, but I didn't do it whole. There must be a replay bug, because the Pensacola, there we go, he's jumped forward now. So first shots out at the Pensacola. But yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to get a video of that. It'll like literally be like first impressions of this new version. And 2 citadels. What's that going to be? 24,000 odd. And he wipes that guy out to just over 7,200. So a very nice start to this game. But yeah, so maybe World of Tanks will go on Monday. Who do we have here? Aoba. 15, sailing broadside on. Just going to wait till we ensure we're not going to hit that mountain, fire off the front 2 guns, and see how they do. Torpedoes coming in from the Aoba, but 10 kilometers range on those things, so they're not going to be a threat. He did maneuver and managed to miss the shells. Those are going to sneak through. No, unfortunately 2 of them hit, and the other 2 miss. But yeah, so Tirpitz, not Tirpitz, World of Tanks probably on Monday. It'll be 2 different tanks, because obviously games are quite short, especially when you're as bad as me. It will be the premium Soviet Tier 5 Churchill, which was recommended to me by one of my subscribers, Dysphoric Smile, I believe his name is. And it was cheap, so I got it and I had good fun. And then the other one is the Tier 4 German heavy tank, and I don't think those are going to make it over. A few of them did. It's the Tier 4 German heavy tank, the DW2 or something. I think those are going to be the 2 things. I did almost have a good game in my Tier 8 premium Soviet heavy tank, the IS-3A. Things were going well until I hesitated for a brief moment to try and get a shot at an enemy heavy tank, and that meant Armagi at 18. Accuracy on the Tirpitz's guns not going to be the best at that range, but hopefully we'll see what he can do. But yeah, I hesitated for the briefest moment, and enemy artillery got the bead on me. And 2 citadels and a hit for, what was it, about 27,000 damage. So this is going extremely well. And obviously, just as I talk about how the accuracy of the Tirpitz's guns at that range may let it down, goes and lands a double citadel. I'm going to fire off another full salvo and see if we can repeat history. Incoming fire from the enemy Tirpitz. But even if he had managed to hit at the angle we are at, only 1 hit for 1100 wouldn't have done much at all. Aoba is playing with fire here. Tirpitz is very good at crushing cruisers' dreams. All battleships are, but Tirpitz especially, I found. Fast turrets, fast reload rate for a battleship. Quite a fast shell travel too, I think, if memory serves. But I haven't played this ship in a while, myself. Definitely something I need to get back into as well, not just the cruiser side of things. Now Margie is less than 17 kilometers away. He is turning away though. None of his guns are pointing at us, so it looks like he is actually turning them now. Take some damage. Take some more, down to 58. Just under 59,000 health. Some torpedo bombers coming in, and some dive bombers. I imagine he's probably focused up the torpedo bombers now. He's getting some good number of hits on them, but the dive bombers have now set him on fire. Only one plane managed to get its torpedo away, and it looks like we are going to have no problem in dodging it. He burns his repair party, which will build him back up to 58,000 health. Unfortunately, the torpedo did hit, and now he uses the damage control team to stop the fire and the flooding. Independent at 20 kilometers. Full salvo of AP loaded and ready. Take the lead and fire a full salvo. I still remember the one match in my Iowa when I nuked. It was an enemy Ranger at 20 kilometers. It was on Islands of Ice, I believe. And I fired the first salvo at him, and I missed, readjusted, fired a second salvo at him, and he went from 44,000 hit points to dead. I got a few citadels with my armor piercing. I'm sure he wasn't terribly happy. But now we got 2 Tirpitzes, and there is, if you look at 18.4, another citadel and an incapacitation on Tirpitz. Very nice. At 18.3 is the Mikhail Kuznetsov or something, the Soviet Tier 8 cruiser. Premium cruiser that recently was put up into the store. I was very interested in getting it, to be honest, and then I saw the price, and I was like, no thanks. I don't really need another premium ship. And I'm not paying that price for it. So, and I think a lot of people have had enough of these bundles, because I mean, when Otago came out, when Tirpitz came out, the servers were just flooded with them. But with this Mikhail Kuznetsov, Kutuzov, and the name slightly wrong, but you haven't seen very many of them, so I don't think it's sold that well. Being very expensive and in a bundle that just inflates the price. I think a lot of people are fed up with that now. 10.6 kilometers to the enemy Tirpitz, salvo ready and on the way. Let's see how that does. Maybe a little bit too much, or definitely a little bit too much lead there. I think that was the guy. He did take out his engine. Not sure if it was repaired yet, or if he assumed it was repaired at this point. But I mean, there you can see the one unique ability of that Soviet cruiser is it has the ability to pop a smokescreen. Only cruiser capable of doing that at this stage. Cleveland at 10, sailing away. Got a bad shot on them. Miyoko 13, and take a salvo, take a stab at the Japanese cruiser, and looks like the aircraft carrier decided to focus on the Allied Tirpitz just in front of him. Another Citadel, 11,600 damage, so that brings the total to 6 Citadels. Took some heavy damage there, not sure who that was from, but it has knocked him down to 34,500 hit points. Torpedo warnings as well. Not sure who they are going for, and if he's gonna take one, doesn't look like it. Take some more light damage. I mean, for all the action that's been going on, neither team has made like serious dents in the enemy's numbers. Lysis Paul's team has only they've destroyed 4 now, 2 cruisers, a destroyer and a battleship. The enemy team has destroyed that Tirpitz over there and 2 cruisers. So things are rather even at the moment. And he's calling out to his Armagi. He's used his repair team again, building him back up to 40,000 hit points. His allies seem to be turning around and running away. Hopefully he's noticed that, because I know in the past, a few times, my allies have done that to me and I haven't noticed until it was too late. But he is now the focus of all these enemy ships, of the Mikhail Kutuzov, the Cleveland, a Margi and a Tirpitz, and a Miyoko. He's just creeping forward very slowly, and a lot of the enemy shells are missing. He's varying his speed. You can see he's now speeding up a little bit. But his ship is taking one hell of a beating, and his allies are in no real rush to close in and help. You see, this is one of the things with the Tirpitz that can be a little bit frustrating at times, is that, you know, it really works in close range duels. But if your allies are not going to push up with you, if you don't have the support to close in, you might not be able to, and then you're left with sniping at long range, which is not always good. Gets a single hit on the Soviet cruiser and leaves him on less than 200 hit points, I think. Torpedoes going in. Is that Cleveland going to take one? Not sure. 2 fires going. Uses his damage control team to put it all out, and he burns another repair party to build him back up to 30,000 hit points. It was 645 on the Mikhail Kutuzov. Playing as well as he can right now, keeping the nose of his ship pointed pretty much straight at the enemy fleet, not giving them any kind of easy broadside to penetrate, except when he gets 7 hits. There was 13, so it was about 20,000 salvo on the Tirpitz, and gets himself Confederate. But he's only exposing his broadside a little bit when he needs to fire his rear guns. Otherwise, he's angling exceptionally well and taking a serious beating. But he's not losing too much health in the long run, I suppose, as much as you'd expect him to. Another 4,000. Guy's down to 15, but he is using his repair party to build his hit points back up. His allies do seem to be supporting in their own special way. They are following the enemy team and firing at them, but they're not closing in. He was really all alone. Another 3 hits for 3,000. And he's just dodging all of these shells from the Cleveland and from a lot of other vessels that are shooting at him. He's not taking a whole lot of damage. Cleveland does need to go, I would agree. Lining up, full salvo. Is he going to get another Citadel and finish this guy off? Gets high caliber. 5 hits and an incapacitation, knocking the Cleveland down to 8,000 hit points. Still in a very annoying ship to fight. Very difficult to Citadel. 2 fires. He's going to have to immediately burn his damage control team and put those out. Another salvo on the way. Is this going to finish him off? Indeed it is. There is a Citadel. That is his 7th of the match. And his first kill, funnily enough, despite doing so much for his team so far. But finally you can see a lot of the enemy ships are now on very low health. The Tirpitz, the Mikhail Kutuzov that was just sunk, is going to finish off this Tirpitz now, I imagine. The Amagi even's on rather low health. Incoming planes again. 4 hits, what was that, about 14,000 damage. Second kill of the match. Focusing up the dive bombers. He's on fire again. He has only just launched his catapult fighter. Probably should have gotten that off a little bit earlier. Another strike comes in, but thankfully no second fire. And the Samagi is still trying to sink him. Riding right on the map border now. Only takes 3,000 damage. But with this fire burning, that's not good news at all. Less than 3,000 hit points remaining. 6 seconds left on the fire. Is he gonna survive? Fire goes out with 552 hit points. 479. 2 hits on the Amagi. Incoming fire. If he takes even one of these shells, it's a good chance he will be dead. Turns in, and they manage to splice completely. This is an intense finish to this match. Because from the screenshots and that, I don't actually recall if he survived or if he was destroyed. There's only 2 minutes left in this match. Another few hits on the Amagi, slowly chipping away at his health. Still got 8,600 though. Magi is now turning to get as many guns on target as possible. 1, 2, 3 turrets have fired. Trying to get the front 2 around. He's pretty much stopped and is reversing. Takes a hit, no penetration, no damage. Gets 3 hits on the Amagi. Unfortunately, he doesn't do anything himself. He's now started to move forward again. Smiyoko is sitting in the border, which obviously means reduced engine power. Amagi has now run into the border himself, firing off the front 2 guns. There's a Fubuki all the way back there. Enemy Fubuki, what are you doing there, friend? Nothing anymore. Doesn't look like he managed to get any hits there. Very low health on the Amagi. Turning to get the rear guns on target. Amagi still has more health than he does. Shots on the way. Gets a hit and an incapacitation, but no damage. And there we go, someone else finish his off the Amagi. Oh, what a pretty spectacular match. Especially the end there, surviving to the very end with less than 600 hit points. But anyways, he earned himself 560,000 credits, 5,300 experience. Confederate high caliber, Dreadnought, no doubt. I'm not sure what the other one is there. 53 target hits, 13 planes shot down, 4 incapacitations, 2 kills, and 7 citadels. And making some progress on the Congo challenge. First place on his team, no surprise there, by 900 points. So pretty good lead over the Pensacola in second. Enemy team, it was Tirpitz first with 912 base experience. As for damage done, 168,000 damage from his 60 armor piercing hits, and 48 of those were penetrations. So yeah, very good game. Thank you very much for sending it in. I certainly hope you guys all enjoyed watching this. I certainly did, especially, as I said, the rather tense end to that match. But yeah, if you have an awesome epic replay you'd like to submit and possibly get featured on my channel, check the description down below for the email address that you guys can send it to, along with all the relevant screenshots of the results pages. But that is about it from me. If you enjoyed, please feel free to hit the thumbs up button down below and consider subscribing for more World of Warships, Armored Warfare, War Thunder. No, we're not doing that anymore. And a few other things that are thrown to the mix from time to time. But yeah, that is it from me. Thank you very much for stopping by. This is Predator 458 signing off, and I will see you guys next time.